And there are two kinds of termite seasons here. One, well, it's here all year long. And two, it's really termite season, and that's what's going on right now. If you see those little bugs flying around or what looks like small pieces of sawdust on the floor, termites, and I'm going to suggest you call Pacific Coast Termite for a free home inspection. Now, certain restrictions apply. When you use Pacific Coast Termite, no tinting, no double bagging your food, no pet sitting. I've tempted before. It is a nightmare. You do not want to go there. You can actually be home while Pacific Coast Termite does its work. Try doing that with a temp over your house. Mention KFI, get 10% off termite treatments, 2-year guarantee on their work. Call 800-PACIFIC, 800-PACIFIC. Visit PacificCoastTermite.com.
The clean, friendly way.
I'm Susan Owen, managing partner at OPO Law, where we've had a 98% success rate on over 10,000 personal injury cases. One case that holds a special place in my heart is when we represented a 6-year-old girl who was tragically hit by a car in front of her home. Despite this little girl's horrible injuries, the driver offered nothing. I took it to trial and the jury awarded her $25 million. For over 4 decades, OPO Law has gone to battle with the insurance companies, and injured victims have received over $1 billion. We don't accept the insurance company's lowball offers, and we are not afraid to take your case to court and fight hard to get you the money you deserve. If you have been injured in an accident, dial pound 250, use keyword personal injury to connect to OPO Law.
OPO Law, the law firm insurance companies fear most.
I'm Susan Owen, and I would be honored to handle your case.
When you dial pound 250, you'll have the option of receiving an auto-dialed text message from iHeartMedia.
Best of the stars from all genres of music will share one stage at our 2021 iHeartRadio Music Festival. From T-Mobile Arena in Las Vegas. 2 nights of performances you've never seen before. Streaming free on a CW app and CWTV.com. And listen on iHeartRadio this Friday and Saturday, starting at 7 p.m.
Capital One is a proud partner of the 2021 iHeartRadio Music Festival, bringing great products, rewards, and services to their customers. What's in your wallet?
Wake up call.
It's the bullet points that you need every day. What is your weather? What is your traffic? What is the biggest news headlines? What's happening around the world? LA County, San Bernardino County, Orange County. I mean, we try and hit it all on Wake Up Call.
Mornings at 5 on KFI.
John Texas, Brent Cobell, Chase Sampo, KFI, AM 640. Live everywhere on the iHeartRadio app. All right, coming up after 4 o'clock, we'll be talking to Alex Stone. ABC News and KFI is checking in on the recall vote today in the state of California. Don't forget, Larry Elder will be on at 5:05, and we'll give you that update then. We're going to do something now we haven't done in a while, and the reason we haven't done it in a while is because the man that was operating our group pool desk got COVID and disappeared for almost a month. Well, he had a week off and then he had 2 weeks of COVID recovered. That's producer Ray. And some people were asking, because in the last month or so, I could come up with the following list of people from the well-known celebrity world that passed away. And of course, the big story today is the death of Norm Macdonald.
Yeah, that's sad. I really liked him. He was so very funny.
He was a cast member on Saturday Night Live for 5 years, the anchor of the Weekend Update for 3 seasons. And I like this description. Also known for his refusal to go easy on O.J. Simpson despite reported pressure from NBC executives.
One of the most hysterical things you can find on YouTube is a collection of his O.J. Simpson jokes he did on Weekend Update on Saturday Night Live.
Yes.
That is something else. And there's an NBC executive who's dead now named Don Ohlmeyer, and he was one of the presidents of the network. A big O.J. fan, really close buddies, really pissed off at the way Norm Macdonald covered the O.J. situation all those years on Saturday Night Live, and eventually fired him over it.
Yeah, that's apparently why he was ousted in 1998. He did have a short-lived sitcom on TV and was still doing comedy, but apparently kept a cancer diagnosis pretty much a closely guarded secret for almost 10 years. That's why people were kind of stunned. He was 61 years old. Nobody picked Norm Macdonald in Group Pool 2021. Nobody. The list also includes Don Everly, Willard Scott, Marky Post, Jackie Mason, Bobby Bowden, Ed Asner. Of that group,
Charlie Watts.
Charlie, I didn't ask Ray about that one. You're right, I forgot Charlie Watts.
I'm just going through the list of dead people you sent me over the last 2 weeks.
Yes, and I believe there's no S on his
That's
name.
so lovely.
Yeah, no, Ken and I text each other.
Yeah, he texts me.
It's a competition to see who breaks the news of the dead celebrity.
Yeah, I mean, John texted me that Lloyd Dobbins died. I'm like, Lloyd Dobbins? I mean, I remember he was an NBC News anchor, but
I just try to goose up my score, that's all.
there was one Charlie Watts, I guess.
Well, there was.
Apparently so, yeah. We just got the word, Ray just looked it up.
Yeah, in fact, you and I are 4-4 in the last one.
We are?
Mm-hmm. Although if you go back another week, you're ahead of me 7-5.
I was going to say, I usually beat you.
Yeah, I know.
I beat you today, buddy.
I know.
So, from the pool pool, one person picked Jackie Mason. But 3 for 3 because they also picked a guy in 2021, Clark Richmond and Ed Asner. And that happened.
Wow. And Jackie Mason.
That's what I said.
Yeah, no, I mean, that's
All three died this year and they were picked by one list.
All right, that's guaranteed recognition at the end of the year.
13 people did pick Ed Asner in Pool Pool 2021, but, you know, when I looked up, because, again, it's a short moment to remind people how the game works, the game, Pool Pool. You get extra points if somebody is younger and dies really unexpectedly, and I thought about last year's Pool Pool, and that would have been Chadwick Boseman. He was only 43 and died of cancer, and I think it was colon cancer, and nobody really knew that.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the kind of pick.
Yeah. I mean, Norm McDonald, that'd be 4-5.
Yeah, no, that's true. And Willard Scott had one Pool Pool pick. The other people we mentioned, nobody picked in the Pool Pool, like Don Evelyn. Probably nobody thought of him.
But, yeah. Yeah.
Some people make really bizarre.
I know. But some
You
people,
know, sometimes go, who?
some people get. It's really hard to find an Everly Brothers song on the radio. So, you know, most people probably.
That's going back far for oldies, right? Oldie stations really, they're sticking to pretty much maybe the 70s and the 80s.
If your hits were over 60 years ago, odds are you're not going to get much notice when you finally hit the dirt.
All right, we're on the recall. When we come back, we'll be talking.
You laughing at people dying in there?
No, hit the dirt?
Hit the dirt.
That is not sensitive.
Right, probably.
No.
I thought you should say croak.
Croak.
The crust is better than hit the dirt. Not by much, but a little bit.
All right. She's now what, the censor?
Taking a dirt nap.
I'm the sensitive one on the show.
All right, good. You got ready.
Well, we're in trouble.
Yeah, really. All right, more coming up.
John and Ken, Denver Marquez News, Kfi Am 640.
You know, voting makes you sexier. It's a fact.
KFI.
KOST-HD2.
Los Angeles, Orange County.
Live everywhere on the iHeartRadio app.
Keeping those ballots safe. I'm Deborah Mark, live from the KFI 24-hour newsroom. More than 200 LA County Sheriff's deputies will guard and transport the recalled ballots.
And those deputies have a lot of ground to cover, nearly 5,000 square miles.
We collect ballots in air operations where we pick them up with our sheriff's helicopters. And then we also transport them across the channel from Catalina Island to the mainland.
Captain Charles Norris is with the Department's Emergency Operations Bureau, which oversees ballot security. He says thousands of ballot boxes will be delivered to a central location where they'll be processed. And in his 8 years with that bureau, Norris says he's never seen a security breach. Steve Gregory, KFI News.
Orange County's weekly averages for COVID-19 case counts and positivity rates are trending down. State figures show the case rate for 100,000 residents dropped from 16 to 15.3, while the testing positivity rate fell from 5.4% to 4.7. White House officials say President Biden's new executive order mandating COVID-19 vaccines among all federal workers only applies to employees of the executive branch. Biden has asked the Labor Department to issue an emergency order requiring businesses with more than 100 employees to ensure their workers are vaccinated or tested on a weekly basis. The FBI says it's seen a rise in people reporting a federal officer scam call across the country.
The callers typically accuse people of being involved in narcotics, saying that a car registered in their name has been found with drugs and possibly blood in it. FBI Special Agent Kara Sammartino says these calls can be convincing.
A person in the United States will get a phone call from a number either completely made up, spoofed, or a number that returns back to a legitimate law enforcement agency.
The callers tell the person on the line that it appears somebody has stolen their identity and they should transfer money to keep it protected. Blake Trolley, KFI News.
A new report from an environmental nonprofit says 69% of the most commonly collected items during its 35 years of coastal cleanups cannot be recycled. Ocean Conservancy Chief Scientist George Leonard says the biggest problem is related to food and drink items.
Food wrappers and straws, stirrers, and importantly, takeout containers, which we're all using a lot more frequently.
He says the state bill on its way to Governor Newsom would end the mislabeling of non-recyclable packages. The FBI has arrested 9 members of the Colombo crime family in New York.
Crime family boss Andrew Mush Russo, underboss Benji Castellazzo, and consigliere Ralphie Mateo were among 14 purported mobsters charged with labor racketeering, extortion, and money laundering.
Aaron Kapersky pursued the men who in their 80s. Federal prosecutors in Brooklyn have accused the family of a long-standing ruthless pattern of exerting control over a labor union by threatening to harm its leaders unless they selected certain vendors for contracts. Senator Elizabeth Warren has sent a letter to the Federal Reserve urging the board to break up Wells Fargo Bank because of regulatory violations. Warren wants the central bank to revoke Wells Fargo's status as a financial holding company and order it to sell off its investment banking and non-banking activities. Wells Fargo has been fined for various issues, including opening fake customer accounts, and just recently for not adequately repaying customers who have been charged improper or excessive fees. We have a crash on the 5 in Irvine.
This one is along the northbound side. It's right at Jeffrey Road. Second lane from the left is blocked, and right here, you're backing up all the way out of almost about Alton Parkway. It's a big mess. Now, beyond the crash, the drive opens up for about a minute, but then you're on the brakes from before Jamboree all the way back to the 5722. Let's check in with Mike O'Brien, KFI in the Sky, sponsored by Injury Attorney, SuperwomanSuperLawyer.com. We're heading out to Mid-City.
Yeah, trouble for the 10 Angel. 10 eastbound, it looks like a little before Crenshaw Boulevard, a little closer to La Brea, I do believe. Looks like the left-way block, and that's heading to a very tough drive coming out of Santa Monica. And really just say stuff all the way to downtown Los Angeles there. Up ahead, more flowing out of City Terrace. Loading up just away from General Hospital there. It'll be very heavy through the 605 at the West Covina. Now I'm heading up to our latest homeless encampment fire, and that's now being reported in the Irwindale area. I know we have a huge shanty town there at the San Gabriel River. Now that is affecting the 210. The 210 westbound definitely slowing down from Vernon, making your way over to the wash there. And it looks like adding to slowing on the 210 eastbound from the Rose Bowl. If it is an accident, visit SuperwomanSuperLawyer.com. Mike O'Brien, KFI in the Sky.
Corona, the 15 southbound, slowing down from Hidden Valley Parkway all the way to Wyrick Road. KFI in the Sky helps get you there faster. I'm Angel Martinez.
Getting cooler, we'll tell you about that next.
This hour of KFI is brought to you by Sunlux, your best value in solar for all your energy needs. Sunlux.com.
Attention all self-employed entrepreneurs, 1099 contractors, and real estate investors. If you've been denied for a traditional loan because you don't have tax returns, Equinox Home Financing has the answer. Instead of tax returns, they use business or personal bank statements to determine your cash flow. Your cash flow then becomes your income. You need to talk to the team at Equinox Home Financing. Call 855-LOAN-455, 855-LOAN-455, or go to EquinoxHomeFinancing.com.
I want to break free. Ready to break free? Make your dream vacation a reality with Norwegian Cruise Line and sail to the Caribbean, Europe, and more. With our leading health and safety program, you can cruise with the ultimate freedom and confidence. Book today and enjoy 30% off all cruises, free open bar, and much more. Visit NCL.com, call your travel advisor, or 1-888-NCL-CRUISE. Offer ends soon. Norwegian Cruise Line. Sail safe, feel free. Ships registry to Bahamas and USA. Restrictions apply.
Tony
your car today with 1877 Cars for Kids. We're a recognized 501c3 charity organization, so you'll receive a maximum tax deduction. What's more, you'll receive a vacation voucher of 3 days and 2 nights. Also on the web at carsforkids.com.
1877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today. Accepting donations of land, homes, buildings, or any kind of real estate.
The KFI Financial Report brought to you by Bail On. The Dow Jones down 292, S&P 500 down 26, NASDAQ down 68, and the average price of a gallon of regular gas in California is $4.40.
Bail On will keep your commercial fire system in compliance so you're up to code, not up all night.
Southland weather from KFI, a little cooler tomorrow. Highs mid-60s to low 70s for the beaches, upper 70s and 80s for Metro LA, mid-80s to mid-90s in the valley, low 80s for Inland OC, upper 80s to low 90s in the IE, and even cooler for your Thursday. Right now it's 80 in Orange, 71 Huntington Beach, 90 in Northridge, and 87 in Sun Valley. We read local live from the KFI 24-hour newsroom. I'm Deborah Marks.
Live everywhere on the iHeartRadio app.
Oh my heavens. 8 members of the New Orleans Saints have tested positive for COVID. I think it includes Gas and coaches. Oh my God. So they have a new rule here, you can forfeit? Is that what they're going to do? Let's see how that plays out. Well, there's 6 of them are coaches. And in 1 hour, you don't have to coaches. You have to put ESPN on in 1 hour. Oh, I know. Actually, I recorded it. Once upon a time in Queens about the 86 Mets. Yeah. Yes, that's it's a 4-part series. Is it like an hour each? They're running 2 hours today in 2 parts, and then 2 hours tomorrow in 2 parts. How did I not know you would know all about that? Well, that's the greatest moment in sports history. Is the Mets Stadium whether or not they're one of the best Major League Baseball teams in the past half century, the 86 Mets. They had the most exciting comeback in World Series history. I'll say that. That was one for the... that was the first year that John and I were hanging out together. Yeah. So we weren't even working on the radio together yet. No, just drinking. Baseball. The one memory I have of that still is rolling arms woman. That's right. The woman that sat right behind home plate that just kept rolling her arms in some sort of, I don't know, good luck thing. Yeah, that's thing. Trying to distract the pitcher. Oh, is that what it was? Okay. Didn't somebody about this? It's got to be, right? Yeah. All right, well, today is, of course, recall vote day. This is it for the polls close at 8 o'clock. No more voting. Of course, you can still have your ballot received by, I guess, midnight today, if you're mailing it in. Let's go to Alex Stone, ABC News for KFI, for his coverage of the recall votes. Alex, what's going on? Do we have returns yet? Do we have no returns yet, but any minute we should be getting our first exit polling to give us some idea. The first round will be coming out in somewhat real time of who's been showing up today, what they've been worried about, the issues that have been on their mind, so we should know that. Turnout, we know, has been pretty heavy for a recall. Nobody knew what the turnout was going to be, which is why the polls have not been all that reliable. And it turns out a lot of people are showing up. Big line in Burbank right now at one polling place. People are showing up and finding out. A lot of people are taking part in this. And we've heard from Newsom today. We haven't heard from Melvin today, but we've heard from Newsom today. And based on the polling numbers where appears, if accurate, that he's going in with a double-digit lead to not be recalled, that he says he's feeling pretty good. Here's what he told us today. It's really good as long as we get out that vote. And it really is all about turnout. Republicans know that. Democrats know that if either one can get more of the turnout. And by the way, having pretty big turnout in California is seen as a good thing for Newsom, being that if you got a lot of people turning out, especially in certain areas, they're probably Democrats, since California is 2-1 Democrat with only 24% of voters in the state being Republican. But he says he knows it comes down to that turnout. Polls don't vote, people vote. Well, good one. It's a 2.5-year off-month election and a recall election. He's used that for a very long time. Can we stop for a second so I can write that down? I'd like to You're going to quote him on that? Wow, God, he's so brilliant. You know, these polls are today, just Alex, people are voting in person today? I'm sorry, the first part of your question was what? These exit polls that you're referencing, it's about people who voted today. Yeah, it'll be people who have gone to turn in their ballots today. So That may. How accurate is that, though? Because that would be excluding all the people. We got like 7 million mail-in ballots. Yeah, it reaches my understanding that the first round that we're going to get will be those who are physically there today. And so it may go a little bit heavy on the Republican side because of in-person voting. What we expect to happen tonight is that the first round that we're going to get at like 8:02 will be from the big counties that have already voted their mail-in ballots and already counted their mail-in ballots, and they will do a big data dump, and that will be a lot of the 9 million ballots that came in via mail. Those are probably going to be heavily Democrat, because Democrats are told more likely that they should vote by mail. Republicans are more likely to be the ones voting in person, and then later in the night, when those begin coming in, likely to go more red, and then as time goes on, then they'll be counting the mail-in ballots from yesterday and today that are just arriving, and those will probably go more blue again. And we are hearing the claims, and then Larry Elder and former President Trump, they've been definitely making it out there, and Elder with his website, Stop California Fraud, already appearing on the website like he's already lost, even though But what the hell is there's no evidence. There is no evidence. Well, that's last November. That's the thing. There is no evidence at this point. There is one conspiracy theory, you could call it, one bit of misinformation that is going everywhere today, and Breitbart has been reporting it, and others have. The nugget seems to go back to last weekend in Woodland Hills. That a couple of voters showed up, and they were told, the computer shows you already voted. And then they said, no, we haven't voted. And they were given provisional ballots. And then that story became what this lady is talking about, who showed up today, Vicky, outside the elections office in Santa Ana, not to vote, but before she voted, she wanted to find out, was she marked as already having voted, because she had heard a big chunk of Republicans were not being allowed to vote today. Here's what's going around.
I did hear on, I don't remember which channel this morning, that up to 70% of the people were told they had already voted. So that's why I decided to come to the registrar's office and find out if I already voted.
And I mean, it's nationally, people are telling this story right now, that most Republicans who are showing up, they're being told you already voted, you can't vote. It's not true. One is, it has no link to today. It's not widespread. And there was an issue with a couple of voters who weren't necessarily Republican over the weekend, who were then given provisional ballots. This is the head of elections in Orange County.
But it's a national narrative that's kind of short on facts. We just don't see those kinds of issues here in Orange County.
Yeah, and the Secretary of State in California is saying that she finds it disheartening that before any of the numbers are in yet, that already Elder's campaign is putting out this stuff. On his website, they say that they have detected fraud in California, resulting in Governor Gavin Newsom being reinstated as governor, and calling on the California legislature to investigate the twisted results of the 2021 recall election. How do you know that? We don't have any results yet. What is it they We don't know, because nothing has been at least publicly put out there yet. And the Secretary of State and the major elections officials in California say they don't know of anything, and that's why they find these early claims to be disheartening when people should still be voting. And yeah, there's also a belief that it could actually hurt the Republican vote, because Republicans are going to say, well, I'm not going to vote if it is a corrupt election, but there's no evidence of it. If you're a Republican, this is a self-defeating fantasy that's being spread around. Yeah, one line that we had to chuckle at today, we talked to a former Schwarzenegger staffer who told us Larry Elder is the best thing that happened to Newsom since hair gel. That you look back at how Newsom was doing, which wasn't so great about a month and a half ago before Larry Elder came to prominence, and as Larry Elder went up in his popularity and his numbers, the likelihood of Newsom being recalled went down, because you had those independents and Democrats who might have said, okay, we'll go Faulkner, we'll go somebody else who's more of a moderate Republican, that they want change, they would do that. That based on what Elder has put out there, whether it be no minimum wage or COVID, that those who were in the middle, Democrats and independents thinking of moving over, that they've gone not going to do it, and they're not going to vote for the recall because they don't want Larry Elder as the governor. Whereas if they thought Newsom was going to lose, they would be comfortable picking somebody like Kevin Faulkner. Yeah, so that's the overall feeling. Yeah, I mean, in some ways, the belief is if this goes down, and the polling numbers in recalls are not seen as reliable, because we don't know what the turnout's really going to be, but if the numbers are correct, it would seem that the Republicans, while they have coalesced around Larry Elder and, I'm sure made many feel very good in bringing back the Trump arguments, kind of shot themselves in the foot, that if they wanted a recall, that to get in a state where only 24% are Republicans, you kind of got to try to pull some more people in. And then Larry Elder, it would appear, based on the numbers, is not doing that.
All right, Alex, thank you.
You got it. Thanks, guys.
Hi, Alex Stone, ABC News for KFI. Larry Elder will be on the show at 5:05. We can talk about this. There's another story I'm looking at that Larry Elder predicts defeat in California recall election, blames voter fraud, and calls for investigation. So I guess that'll be our lead question. We got more coming up.
John and Ken, KFI, Deborah Marquez News.
A skateboarder has been killed in a hit and run in Tarzana. It happened around 12:30 this morning at Tampa and Oxnard. The Census Bureau says 11.4% of Americans were living in poverty last year, a slight increase from the year before. The pandemic affected things, but COVID-19 relief payments helped. Consumer prices in the U.S. have gone up by the smallest increase in 7 months. The sign inflation may be easing. We'll go to the 15, and we will check in with the KFI in the Sky next.
If you're a small business owner, you want to offer your employees the best health care without having to worry about your bottom line.
Well, California Choice is your solution. It's different than traditional employee benefits programs.
And best of all, it's affordable.
That's right. California Choice packages 8 top health plans like Kaiser Permanente and Anthem Blue Cross into one single program.
You can control your costs and give your employees the freedom to choose the plan they want.
Hey, you can customize your program however you'd like, adding dental, vision, life, chiro, or acupuncture.
And as a small business owner, you get valuable additional services at no cost, like HR support, flexible spending accounts, and Cal Cobra billing.
So if your small business needs affordable health insurance, join more than 18,000 small businesses taking a California different approach to employee health care.
Learn how California Choice can customize a benefit plan for you. You dial pound 250 on your cell and say My Cal Choice.
That's pound 250 My Cal Choice, or go to mycalchoice.com.
According to ESPN's Adam Schefter, Kansas City Chiefs offensive coordinator Eric Bieniemy may be interested in the vacant USC head coaching position. The Clippers are one of several teams that have offered a deal to Rockets guard John Wall, who Houston is looking to move. And according to ESPN, NBA players will not be required to get the COVID-19 vaccine, and the League's Players Association said anything implying mandatory vaccinations is a non-starter. I'm Jimmy Haffron. Want to see the Rams and Chargers without fighting traffic or searching for parking? Now you can, with G-Trans new line 7X Stadium Express. Just $4 round trip to SoFi Stadium every Sunday. It's a real game changer. Learn more at ridegtrans.com.
We have a stall on the 15 in Ontario.
This one is along the northbound side at the 10. Now, it's been cleared off to the shoulder, but we are still seeing some very slow traffic getting away from the 60. Let's check in with Mike O'Brien, KFI in the Sky, sponsored by Injury Attorney, SuperwomanSuperLawyer.com. We're heading out to Irwindale.
Firefighters are mopping up a small homeless encampment fire just off the 210, just north of the freeway, basically off the westbound side of that 210. Fire's just about out, but they've been taking a look from the freeway. It's recovering back before Vernon. And it this morning, pretty typical stuff on the 210 eastbound. That loads up way back out of the Royal Steakhouse, running way pretty much from the Rose Bowl out to Citrus. Now, it looks like the southbound side of the 605, the other base there, just leaving the 60 through the 5. Northbound side of the fence, it's pretty heavy now from the 105 to Whittier. I'm heading off to Hollywood, where things are acting up on the 91, or I should say the 101. The 101 northbound at Hollywood Boulevard. Looks like they're just going to the right shoulder there. Extra tight on that stretch from Vermont. Injured in an accident? Visit SuperwomanSuperLawyer.com. Mike O'Brien, KFI in the Sky.
KFI in the Sky helps get you there faster. I'm Angel Martinez.
This report is sponsored by Indeed.com. Hitting speed bumps in your hiring process? Streamline your route to hired with Indeed. Their hiring platform makes it easy to attract, screen, and interview candidates, all in the same place. Find your next great hire and visit Indeed.com/credit. Take a look at your legs. Are your veins twisty, bulging, painful, and embarrassing? West Medical offers the latest minimally invasive solutions to erase varicose veins fast. Varicose veins are caused by broken valves, and they don't heal on their own, so don't wait.
Call 1-800-WEST-MED for a private consultation. See if it's covered by most PPO insurance and also offers their financing. Call 1-800-WEST-MED or visit westmedical.com today.
The Delta variant is making COVID-19 spread faster and more easily. Variants can be more contagious, aggressive, and deadly. But we know vaccines work. Vaccinated Californians have greater protection against serious illness, hospitalization, and death. We can help stop the spread and end the pandemic. Get vaccinated and wear a mask when it can protect you and others. Find a vaccine near you at myturn.ca.gov. Brought to you by the California Department of Public Health.
Hey, it's Dean Sharp. What comes to mind when you think of home? Hopefully it's a safe place. The protection takes care of you. And the same should be true about the water in your home. With a Light Source whole house water system, every faucet in your house becomes a convenient and safe place to enjoy filtered, delicious water. Light Source is maintenance-free. You can say goodbye to salt bags, filter changes, monthly exchange tanks. If you're tired of dealing with hard water problems, Light Source can reduce them. Light Source gets rid of the odor and taste of chlorine without using salt or chemicals. And without the drying effects of chlorine, you'll notice softer skin and hair with every bath and shower. With Light Source water, you buy a customized solution direct from the factory with installation and support. The factory has served Southern California for over 37 years, and everything is U.S. made. Call Light Source today for full service and full confidence in your water. Call 800-334-5009, 800-334-5009, or visit lightsourcewater.com. Light Source Water. Taste and feel the difference. Now through September 30th, lease a 2021 BMW 330i sedan for $429 a month for 36 months with $39.99 due at signing. See a Southern California BMW Center today for details, or visit SoCalBMW.com. Zero Res cleans carpet without crunchy residue. Only Zero Res electrolyzes water to create a powerful alkaline cleaning solution that's so pure you can drink it. Softer, healthier, fluffier carpets without residue, so they stay cleaner longer. You've got to love it, we guarantee. Fast drying, no recurring stains, and now more affordable than ever. 3-area carpet or 2-area tile for only $159. Go to ZeroSoCal.com. That's ZeroSoCal.com. Go to ZeroSoCal.com. That's ZeroSoCal.com. Hey, it's Gary Hoffman. Let's talk about your Medicare coverage. Scan Health Plan is for people with Medicare. Now more than ever, it's important to have comprehensive coverage when you need it most. If you're new to Medicare, have both Medicare and Medi-Cal, or have been diagnosed with certain chronic conditions, you may qualify to enroll in Scan Now. Call Scan at 1-855-370-7226. TPY 711, or ask your agent about Scan. Scan Health Plan is an HMO plan with a Medicare contract. Enrollment in Scan Health Plan depends on contract renewal. So is this my wife, my daughter? 3 of us. We're going to go to the assistant center. So I drop them off at the front door. Then I go find a parking spot. So I went to the door and I have one ticket. Do you have any kids? I said, yeah, my wife and daughter are inside. She says, I can't let you in here. But Tim Conway Jr. show. And they're looking at me like I'm Chester the Molester. Right? Weeknights at 6 on KFI.
So John Cobell and Ken folks on Friday, 6:45 everywhere on the iHeartRadio app. Hey, the voice might be back in just 3 days already. 1-877 Voice 86 for your message. 1-877-664-7886. Here's an endorsement ad. I guess it's just a quick video. For Larry Elder on a pretty well-known sports figure in Los Angeles Dodgers baseball history. Let's play this piece of audio.
Hey guys, it's Mike Piazza, former Dodger and Hall of Famer. Get out and vote. Get out and vote to recall Gavin Newsom and put Larry Elder in Sacramento. Here's the deal. If you guys do this, I'll personally come out to Dodger Stadium and thank all the Dodger fans who voted for him. And say hi to a lot of friends I haven't seen in a long time. Larry Elder will bring back the California dream. When I got to LA, that's all my friends talked about was moving to California. And now everyone talks about is moving out of California. Larry Elder wants to change this. He's a man who deeply loves California and will bring back the California dream. Vote for Larry Elder.
There you go. A late endorsement from Mike Piazza. Well, that's what's depressing, because if he survives, then we have at least another year and 4 months of Newsom, and things are bad here. It's depressing here. And Newsom has no interest, doesn't acknowledge any of this or his role in all these disasters, doesn't care.
because he's lived a gilded life, an easy life, and he doesn't know what normal people go through.
For different reasons, we're turning into one of those Rust Belt states. Because you see Harrison that we're losing a seat in Congress. The census is showing people are moving out rather than coming into California. And the media here just doesn't care.
No.
But it just seems to be that way. It's not a place to come anymore for people.
This is what happened to Detroit. And if you go back and read about Detroit, and I have, is everybody was always poo-pooing the idea that the place could go to hell. There's a certain arrogance that any society has, a national or local society, that when you're at the top and things are rolling, this is going to last forever. We're untouchable. Can do no wrong. And when you get arrogant, you get stupid. You get greedy. And all kinds of things go wrong. And it starts a death spiral that you can't get out of. And this is where we are. We're in a death spiral in California, but the elites that run this place are too arrogant and obnoxious. And they don't care. They really don't care because they got things.
Well, here's another story connected to that. Apparently, they're already working on Sacramento changing the rules